Hey guys, today with the topic your time is limited and therefore damn valuable. I have already tried several times to start with the topic, and to find a starting point is not easy. It is important for you to get this mindset to be able to make of yourself the man you look at in the mirror in the morning and really just completely respect from the ground up and find perfect on his current path. If you come home from work and plop down on the couch to watch TV for the rest of the evening and throw a frozen pizza in the oven, then I'm sorry to tell you, you will not reach that man or fool yourself. You can be so much more, and so many people are always more than one step ahead of you. They go after a harder job, and there are always people with harder jobs, still go to the gym for an hour, meet friends, go after a hobby, and maybe have a wife and kids on the side. Sure, you don't have to and should never go from 0 to 100, the people I'm talking about didn't do that either, and they would never have kept it up like that. This is a mistake I see often, and I have failed many times myself. Everyone who tells you that it only takes motivation or discipline to change is right, but over a long period of time and more discipline than motivation. Motivation comes from successes that you have achieved through discipline. Good enough success or goal talk. So your time is limited and you have to use it if you want to improve in every corner of your life. In my eyes, this also includes clarifying your relationships with other people. Do you date or have a relationship that you pay a lot of attention to? Then always make sure that the time you put into that relationship comes back to you in the form of attention and interest from their side. Nothing is more pointless than giving your time to a person, constantly keeping appointments free for them and running after them when they don't value your time and prefer to pursue other things. I'm not saying that it shouldn't be that way at first, that you just aren't priority number one. But likewise, don't make them if you don't quite know and are confirmed by their actions that they put you above everything else. Even if they do, never neglect the other aspects of your life. For example, if you are in a relationship and you like to go play soccer with your friends, don't cancel 4 weeks in a row because madam wants to take you out for breakfast on Sunday. Just do it on Saturday morning so that you don't put both your friends and your hobby on the back burner. Otherwise you will become more unhappy with time, and why should you do that? This may be a relatively simple example and the reality is usually much more complicated, but the principle behind it is the important one. Most people who don't deal with it don't understand what I'm talking about, and that it's normal to do it this way and that way, that they like to do it. At the beginning this may be true, but it becomes normality for your counterpart, and if you want to change this after a longer time, they will see it as an exception to the rule, and at some point they will no longer accept that you are the way you are. You want to do what makes sense to you and what you enjoy. When I say that you may not have dealt with this yet, I mean your frame. The frame within which you act and evaluate the importance of your aspects of life. Each of you has to define this for himself. If I tell you now that for me at the moment the work and training is in the highest place and I will not do without it for any woman in the world, then that is my view of it, but should not be for this reason for you as well. You determine for yourselves how and who you are and want to be. And then you no longer deviate from it. No exceptions. Never. You stand by your word, don't get involved in contradictions, say openly what you think and surround yourself with people who are just like you are or would like to be. Everything else is just false posturing. Sometimes I get sick when I see what kind of wrong people are in the media or even in the office. It already starts with a, "How are you?" Out of 30 colleagues, maybe 2 actually care, the rest hide behind a fake smile and run when I'm in a bad mood and don't hide it. But my time is too precious to waste it with cheap small talk. And there we have it again. My time, while others would have chatted for 15 minutes, not a bit smarter than before because they have no interest in this person and this not in them, I could plan my day and bring in a little more efficiency. Again, this is very individual, but sometimes you just have to deny people your time when they have absolutely no use for it. I'm not saying don't talk to people. With said 2 colleagues I would also chat for an hour because I simply enjoy the conversation and the togetherness. But that is just limited to these 2. Back to the topic of dating, relationships and exes. If a woman doesn't respect your frame and permanently demands more than you want or can give without feeling normal and good, what exactly do you want with her? Do you think it will be better in the future? No, you accept that she doesn't want to understand you, and that will be the standard for her under which you must not fall. Otherwise she will drop you. And an X. Whether you have contact with her now or not, but even the time you use to think about her and try to understand her motives and thought processes. This is an action that robs you of time and energy like nothing else. And you end up making a kind of habit out of it. You think it's normal and that's the way it has to be. But nothing could be further from the truth. It is completely up to you to make the first step. Just like when you go shopping, instead of just buying crap, you could just buy healthy stuff, or instead of planning to go jogging on Monday, you could put on your shoes and go out now. It always starts with the first step, and you are the one who has the power over your time. You are tired of your job that eats away 10 hours a day? What are the alternatives, and where do you have to invest your time besides this job in order to not need it for your livelihood in the end? Everything is possible somewhere. Don't orientate yourself to the norms. Every idiot does that, and that's how they usually feel at the end of their life. Go your own way. Be aware that the responsibility lies with yourself, and you are capable of so much more than you are probably doing right now. I don't judge anyone who is really truly happy with their current life. He has put his frame, and there is nothing wrong with sitting on the couch in the evening if that fulfills you. In my eyes there is no perfect. There is only better or worse, and as long as you try to become better, even if you sometimes seem to be stuck and now and then get a shock from life, then you are already above average. If you still manage and are motivated by your own successes and see time as your most valuable resource, then you have already won in my eyes, because then the oh-so-important motivation sets in and you become piece by piece what you really want deep inside. You all can do that. That's what I believe in. Not everyone can become everything, do everything, or have everything and everyone. But everyone can find his way on which he is happy without exception, and possible setbacks are no longer bad but part of the process. Take care, and until the next video.